Hi students, welcome to first year commerce class. Today we are going to learn about history of commerce in India. That means how commerce has come into existence, what is the evolution of commerce. Okay, in all these lessons you have learnt what is commerce. Commerce includes trade and aids to trade. Commerce facilitates smooth flow of goods and services. Commerce includes all the activities which are required to be performed to transfer a product or service from the production point to consumption point. See, many times I told you that goods are manufactured by the producer. A person who makes goods or prepares is called as manufacturer. This should go to consumer. So if a product or service has to move to consumer, we require so many activities. We should go for packing of goods, we require advertisement, we require banks, we require insurance, we require transportation, we require warehousing. After all these activities only, the product will reach the consumer. It is not like a magic, like as soon as you make a product and it reaches the consumer and you get back your price. It is not like that. As I told many times, that product will come in this direction, to the consumer, and cash will go to producer. This is the cycle. In almost every class I am repeating this in the recent times. But in India, commerce has not developed overnight. It took hundreds of years to have commerce in this stage. Today we are enjoying so many facilities, so many luxuries with a click. Because of this online trading, you are able to enjoy various goods and services without much efforts. From home you are able to order so many goods. From home you are able to provide so many services. You are working from home, you are learning at home, you are teaching from home, many things. The entire almost 70-80% of the marketing activities are taking place on internet. Purchase of raw material, the order can be given over internet, money can be transferred through various mobile apps, through electronic banking. So, lot of development is seen today. So, this is the modern era in this 21st century. But in the ancient times, commerce was not like this. It took hundreds of years to reach this stage. So, how the commerce was at the beginning, how it started, and now how it is now. How commerce started in the beginning and how commerce is as on today, that we discuss in this topic called History of Commerce in India. Initially, commerce was a household economy. Initially, in the beginning days, nobody knows what is market. Nobody knows who is the seller. Nobody knows who is the buyer. In the initial stage, commerce in India was household economy. Household economy means every person used to produce goods on his own and used to consume. There is no concept of buying and selling. Suppose you wanted some commodity, you used to produce. People did not have any technology. They did not know any machinery, no wheel. Then how they used to survive? You all know, you might have learnt in your social studies in school days. Women were housewives. That means they have to work only at house. Then what the men used to do? They used to hunt the animals, go to the forests, get the product. So, what were their occupation? Hunting, fishing, okay, cutting of trees or getting some herbs or okay, pulps from the forests. Like this was their livelihood. So whatever they wanted, they used to get there on their own. There was no concept of buying. Clear? Simply any individual who wished to have some product, something, he used to get it from the nature. Suppose a person had the desire to have fish, so he used to go to a river, lake or ocean, then go for fishing, get the fish for him. He wanted to eat meat, so go for hunting, use some traditional weapons made of stones, all you learnt. Okay. Later on, so many inventions took place. So in the olden days, commerce was not like market, DMart, Big Bazaar, all these were not there olden days. No seller at all, no buyer at all. Simply it was, okay, going and getting the goods, whatever you want. Very less population was there. Nature was, okay, abundant. So you used to get few commodities. Okay. They did not enjoy this biryani, ice creams, bread, pizzas, etc. Simple food, maybe fruits or maybe some, okay, herbs from the forests, fish, okay, meat from the animals hunted. That was their habit. So like that, commerce was going on. Economic activity means yes, just buying, means getting the goods and consume on their own. That was the first stage. Then later, as slowly the people got civilized, slowly the people developed, gained some knowledge. They had the thought that why should we enjoy only one product? Why can't we exchange our product with others' product? Okay. So they got the concept of exchange, goods to goods. You might have learnt in your economics, barter system. Initially, currency was not there. No 100 rupees note, no 200 rupees note, debit cards, credit cards, banks were not there. No money at all. Then how people used to exchange goods? Means you give one product and get another product. Exchange of goods to goods is called as barter system. The second stage is barter economy. What do you mean by barter economy? Exchange of goods for another goods. For example, I have got black marker. Okay. Now I want red marker. So red marker is with someone else. So what I will do? I will give away my black marker and I will get my red marker. After some time, I want a blue marker. I will give away this red marker and I will get the blue marker. No money at all. Say a person used to have fish. Another person had goat. So now this person who is having fish, for the long period he was enjoying fish. Now he doesn't want to take fish as food. He want to eat meat. So he wanted a goat. So then he used to approach the person with goat. Okay, he was giving fish and getting the goat from him. You had potato, someone had tomato. Give potatoes and get tomatoes. This is what called barter system. Clear? So like this, someone wanted some product and you give your product and get others' product. So exchange of goods to goods, no money involvement. So people continued this type of activity for certain number of years. But in barter system, there were some problems. Okay, what are the problems of barter system? You might have studied in your economics. That exchange is not possible always because the person who has got the product may not be willing to exchange for your product. For example, I have got potato. I want tomato. From my friend, I want to take tomato. I am ready to give potato, but that person doesn't like potato. I can give potato and get tomato, but the person who is having tomato don't want potato. In such a case, how can I exchange? Then division of product is not possible. Say for example, you want to exchange a hen for a goat. As you know that goat is very large, hen is very small. You can't give one hen for one goat, no? It is certain because the hen is very small, you can't break the goat. So like this, some problems arised. Then people thought of some other economy. So they started using animal skin as the a currency. Animal skin, 1 meter, 2 meters, some quantity of skin of animals what they wanted was given as currency and got the goods. Even till that point also, there were no markets at all. Only people used to communicate among themselves. So there was no place of trade till that point. The third stage is the rise of trade. So here the trade developed. Means slowly people started thinking about buying and selling. Okay, after barter system, then the concept of buying and selling raised in the market, raised in the society. So like using animal skin or coins, metallic coins, what they found out of the metals, then they started buying and selling. So trade means buying and selling. So this started at the third stage. Then as the trade started developing, stage by stage, normally what happens? When trade started increasing, it leads to some development. Like you will find so many shops, exchange of currency, people will see some development, we will enjoy more number of goods, some people will get employment. So slowly, as the trade develops, society will improve, society will change. We start using different commodities, we will be enjoying the luxuries, people will get some jobs, some villages will develop, towns will arise. See how Hyderabad is made, why Hyderabad is popular? Because of the existence of so many business units here, so many companies, so many colleges, that only has raised this Hyderabad city. So any place, how it comes to development? When trade takes place in a better manner, so many business organizations, colleges, hospitals are established, automatically that becomes a town. So here, slowly that led to town economy. Then what happened? After town economy, once the towns are formed, now people got more development. We have got new machinery, new technology, we got more money. We have learnt so many theories of economics. People got educated. Now, at the fifth stage, we started international trade. Means our buying and selling is now not confined to India, but we started selling goods to other countries and we started buying goods from other countries. So that led to international trade. That means today we are not satisfied with the goods which are available within our country. We are producing excess goods that we are exporting, we are selling to other countries. And the goods which are not available in India, we are buying from other countries. That is the fifth stage. And further development, the last stage of commerce is e-commerce. Exactly what is going on now. E-commerce means electronic commerce. What is happening today? Everything is done through electronic means with the help of internet. Electronic means e-commerce means electronic means. The last lesson of commerce we have learnt e-business. So in this what we have learnt? So we have got people buying and selling goods through online system. So everything, you are able to book movie tickets, you are able to book flight tickets, you are able to get education, you can do bank transaction with the help of a mobile, that is with the help of a internet. So if you have got internet, you can do so many transactions. Entertainment, education, hospital, medical services, transportation, everything is available on your internet. So with the help of internet, nowadays we are doing business, that is called as e-commerce. So as part of e-commerce, what we are doing? E-banking, electronic banking, we have already learnt. E-auctioning, e-trading, whereas buying and selling of shares through stock market is done through internet. So all these parts we have learnt, in the last lesson of e-business. So this is how the commerce has developed, has emerged in India. Initially, no buying and selling. People used to get goods for their consumption on their own, not buying. At second stage, they tried to exchange goods to goods. Then slowly they invented some currency. Then buying and selling started. Trade a little bit developed. As trade developed, towns formed. It has become town economy. Like many cities got developed and people, concentration of population has taken place. We could build up so many houses, so many complexes. Then we have started international trade. We started exporting goods and importing goods from foreign countries. Then last, the modern stage, the present era is of online trading, e-commerce. That is the latest thing going on. This is how the commerce has reached to the heights. In future, where it reaches, we don't know. Further, even when internet further develops and it speeds up, and when internet is accessible to everyone, we don't know how it is going to be. Clear? So this is how the commerce has developed. So that is the way even you have to develop. You have to improve your qualification. You should be adaptable to the changes. You can't be like old age, just study average subject, get average marks. No, you are not suitable for today's market. This is very speed. Okay, it is a high speed market. You should be dynamic, have thorough knowledge in the concept, better communication skills can provide you an employment opportunity. So this is the history of commerce.